What's up, guys? Let me get a mic check. Can you leave a comment if you hear? There we go. All right, I'll be right back with you guys. All right, welcome, Prosperians. What is up, you guys? What's going on? I apologize for the impromptu live stream here. I just, I didn't want to do, like, we've all been grinding in this happy hour, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn the camera on. I've been working today on creating my interview layouts for the YouTube channel because I've said before that we're really going to be doing a lot of live YouTube interviews and discussions and all kinds of media on this YouTube channel. So I've been working on that, and I thought, you know what, while I'm working on this, I might as well go live and talk about Zeppers. So I'm going to try to follow the comments here, and we'll give away an M1 and an M2 here shortly. But I just wanted to say hello to you guys, and let me get rid of, I've got the screen flashing in my face right now. It's driving me crazy. So I wanted to give you guys a couple updates while I have a chance. I got really good sleep last night. I slept like 9 hours, which was amazing, very rare. So I woke up this morning just kind of working on various things. I've got to get the standard multipass file over to 3000 for tomorrow, but kind of have a little bit of breathing room today. So as far as the state of our mint right now, we are just about, VIP is just about sold out, which is amazing. Now, if you're in the replay gang and you're watching this video down the road, this is probably irrelevant for you, but the elite level of the elite multipass holders who minted in the whitelist phase, that was completely sold out. I believe 398, maybe 400 assets. Or Zeppers, and then there are 298 whitelisted wallets in the VIP, and those are at like 270. So very, very close to having VIP sold out, which is amazing. We tried to give you a little bit of time, and I think the 48-hour windows made this very smooth, very painless. We've had like a couple tickets opened up with some problems here and there, but ultimately I think it's gone really smooth. So if you're watching this live now, obviously you should know that tomorrow, which would be Saturday, is the standard whitelist mint, and then the public mint is on Sunday. So things are going really well. We are right on the schedule that we want to be on, right at the pace that we want to be on. And just really thrilled to kind of see it all come together, and want to thank you guys so much for everything. I mean, what an amazing community. What an amazing community. You see these Discord servers with like 10,000 members, 20,000 members, and for us to be sitting at 3,000 and be able to move the way we move together is really incredible and super exciting to be a part of. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about some of the traits with the Zeppers, because I've seen a lot of questions on the traits, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Now, there's a couple things to know about the traits. I've seen some questions come up in the server about certain traits making a tier or a class of the Zepper more rare than the class below it. That is true. So for example, now this isn't necessarily true for like MX, MZ, X. I mean, the difference in the supply is so vast that it doesn't work out that way for those classes. But for the M1, the M2, and the M3, you can have like an illegal Mando with a Prosperia decal of an M2 or of a M1 that ranks higher than a M2 with no decal, Epic Customs, and standard engine. So be very careful when you're looking at the M1 thinking, well, this is not a super rare vehicle because there's so many of them. Just be mindful that those can actually be more rare than an M2, and an M2 can be more rare than an M3. You can't see the full rank and rarity until the mint is done. CNFT Tools doesn't know how to rank things. So just be mindful of that. That bulb is looking right at me. So I told myself to ignore the comments until I was done saying what I was going to say. I get way too engaged with you guys. But I will open it up for questions here shortly. So another thing is, these rarity traits have a lot more integration into the long-term plans, especially with the lore and the ecosystem of Prosperia. So the engines that you have are connected to the game, first of all, the engines and the builder, all of it really. Decal with the skin that's in the game. All kinds of stuff there, but also very connected to the ecosystem as far as the builders. The builders are very big, ownable businesses in the ecosystem. So Mando's, for example, is the elite builder of small, high-speed transportation. And there are three sort of smaller Mandos that are easier to acquire using Prosper tokens in the coming marketplace. And then if you own all three of those, which is going to be pretty difficult to do, so there's going to be a lot of trading and a lot of negotiating, but if you own all three of those and a couple other resources and commodities, you can acquire the overall corporate Mando's builder and thus actually get royalties. We haven't announced how that royalty is going to work. It's going to be small because it's on the whole race infrastructure, but you would actually get royalties on races. So we'll talk about that in the future of how that works, but really the builder is kind of connected more to the ecosystem and the lore, but it will have some role in the game as well. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there that's listed for very low that has certain traits that I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be a whole different ball game down the road. All of this is going to be a bit different ball game down the road. You guys know how this churn and burn works. Everybody wants to go mint in the public because there's so many of the rare models. So we're all trying to sell and flip and negotiate and position ourselves right. But keep in mind, just like the multipass, remember the multipass floor was at 45 ADA. Right after that mint. And then when it became obvious that the multipass was so valuable, the price of the multipass went through the roof. And that's going to happen with Zeppers too. As we get down the road and there's this realization that there's only 3,550 Zeppers in existence ever. So in order to participate in the things coming in the future, you have to have a Zepper. Just like certain things that you have to have a multipass to participate in, you have to have a multipass. So it's going to be really fun to see what happens down the road. But I would say, really pay attention to those rarity traits and make your decisions accordingly based on that information. So another thing that I want to talk about is something that's coming in the next week. We have our token sale. Just so you guys know, that is going to be a verified token on Muesli Swap on May 9th, I believe. It'll be verified in that decentralized exchange. That is such an important part of Prosperia, you guys. The utility there, I can't even begin to describe how vast the utility of our token is. It's not just like with a lot of projects of, oh, we have this social token. Our token, like everything, we're literally building our own stock market, our own whole marketplace, this whole world that evolves around the Prosper token. So, of course, my neighbor has a Harley Davidson, so he's out there. You're going to hear a motorcycle here for a second. There's just keep an eye on a lot of the stuff that's coming and just be mindful of how interconnected it is. I think for those just coming into Prosperia for the first time, they haven't been with us for the last month or two, are kind of, it just might look like just your typical mint that's happening right now. If that's you, if you're new, if you just stepped through the door, you really need to ask questions and read through every channel and go visit our website and really comprehend how interconnected everything is going to be in the coming months and years. So super excited about it. Super excited. So all of that said, and that's not even, guys, we're not even anywhere close to the vastness of the world of our characters. Listen, there's a lot of great mints happening out there, but I will tell you that our characters, and me as the artist, because the characters are that's my art. The vehicles are SB, our city environments are Akshay. The Prosperian characters, that's what that's my art. And so I'm kind of like partisan and biased here, but I will say our characters rival the best art that you've seen on CNFT. And also our property that's coming, our real estate that's coming next year. The moon is kind of fun and it's unique and different. And by the way, our moon, for those of you who don't know, the Prosperia government has only authorized 5,000 residential plots. That's all there will ever be. You'll never see, hey, we're doing another 10,000 plots on the moon, or we're doing 20,000, or we partnered with so-and-so, we're doing another 20,000. Will never happen. It's 5,000. That's it. That's all that will ever exist on Zeppelin Moon. And then what we develop on Zeppelin Moon is going to be interconnected with the Prosperia Starship or Starport, which is a 22 square mile structure consisting of 6 cities indoor, orbiting an ice giant. So it's really amazing stuff. And then our cyber towers that come next year are going to operate like actual real estate. There will be a real estate office, and these are vertical properties with layouts and interior designs and all kinds of cool stuff. So, man, you guys are, we're just at the beginning here, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So let me jump in here and see if you guys have questions. I probably missed a lot of comments, so you're probably going to have to ask again. But because we're doing an impromptu live here, go ahead and jump in here and try to answer some questions. Will there be residential land sale on the Starport? Yes. Michael Phoenix asked that. Absolutely. That's each faction controls right now 7 zones, and in those 7 zones is one massive city. The only city that you've seen a depiction of right now is the Rebellion City, and that's kind of what's out. That's the header of our Discord. So that is the kind of the very densely populated urban environment of the zones that are controlled by the Rebellion. But yes, in each faction controlled part of the Starport, there will be 3 cyber towers that mint. And they'll be very far between. So you'll see like one faction's area will mint the first quarter of next year, 3 cyber towers. And it won't be just for that faction either. Everybody's going to want to hold property in each of these parts of the starport. It's going to be really amazing. But yeah, that's at the core of the project. Danny, what's up? Nigel, how's it going? Ollie, Herrick, do you have any plans for marketing? Yeah, we do. I'm not going to tell you how. We haven't needed to so far, to be honest with you. Let's see. But we do. It is time for us to move into a phase of marketing. Yes. Silverek, where did you get that bulb? That light bulb? Wait, right there. That I don't remember where I found that. I've had that for a few years, but it's actually a canvas that has a light inside the canvas. And in all my offices over the last few years, I've always had that light bulb where I can see it, because I just always want to be envisioning and planning and being creative and having ideas. So I just always have that light bulb within view of my work environment. Seen a fish in that Rebellion City. Yeah, Beekeep, that fish is, those are holographic, just visuals that Akshay created to just float around Prosperia. So they're just visual, just visuals. They're really cool. Like floating holograms in the sky as we walk around the city. John White, what's up? Ethereal Rebellion. Will there be any partnerships incoming? We have partnerships. But as I talked about in the last live video, we're very choosy with our partnerships. It's not, they have to fit our vibe, their teams have to fit our vibe. Crazy, interesting, still early. Yes, it is very much still early. Will there be a second token for governance or only property utility? Only Prosper utility. Yes, only the Prosperity token. 375 million in circulation, and that is it. Will the property in Spaceport be paid for in Prosper? No, it will not. Crazy, interesting Prosperia merch. Bjorn has asked me for that. Many of you have asked me for that. I actually run a relatively big e-commerce operation in my company that I own. And I will tell you, it is a royal pain in the ass. And that's not even conducting shipping overseas. That's all shipping in North America. And the margins, it's so competitive. The margins are so difficult that honestly, it's just not worth it. I'll tell you, to be quite frank with you guys, I would rather just give you a whole bunch of transparent, high resolution, print ready logos, and you guys can go make whatever you want. That's the way I would prefer to do it. I really do not want to sell merchandise because it's just, I've been down that road before. It is not a fun game. And we have our hands full anyway. Like, I don't want to be messing with shirts to try and make $5 off of a t-shirt. You guys want us focused on art and building this ecosystem, not on trying to make $5 on a hat. So I'd rather just give you guys logos and let you go do what you want. Let's see. Thomas, what do you think sets you apart from every other project? Absolutely, hands down, our ecosystem. And again, you haven't even seen like 3% of it. If you could see what we're working on behind the scenes, you'd be like, oh my God. Like, we are literally building our own like New York Stock Exchange for all Prosperia assets. And it's all interconnected. And if you want to see some of this, go to hub.prosperia.space. I actually have a mock market built that gives visualizations. So on a daily basis, it's going to show the valuation of assets in Prosperia. So if you own Mando's shipbuilder, for example, there's things in the world that could affect, in our Prosperian world, that can affect the pricing. So if others are buying properties, business assets, or things around that one in that zone, then the valuation of that Mando's is going to go up or down. If there's a lot of energy around races, that Mando's valuation is going to go up or down. So it's going to show a trend line, and we're going to be able to keep kind of a guide kind of like a market making, hey, here's what we think the valuation of Mandos is. Now, if you own Mandos, that's an NFT. You can go do whatever the hell you want with it. You can go sell it on the secondary for ADA. You can do whatever the value is what you and someone else determines that its value is. But in world, as far as our marketplace that operates on the Prosper token, all of this is very much interconnected to the story. And because we actually are going to have our own governing body with elected officials, every faction will have leaders, they'll have representatives, they'll have senators. They can propose legislation and work that legislation up through the government. Prosperians determine the future of Prosperia. So it's a very involved ecosystem, and that's what really sets us apart. We have amazing art too, and that's incredible. But a lot of projects have amazing art. I think the interaction and just the overall ecosystem is profoundly enormous and immense, and I think that's what really sets us apart. Let's see. Nigel, what are some key differences between Cornucopoulos? I'm probably saying that wrong. And Prosperia. Well, I kind of just described some. Do you have a timeline for Prosper airdrops for staking ADA and reaching certain roles? Yeah, that's going to be at least a few weeks. And here's why. We cannot flood the market with supply of Prosper token right now. So be patient. We have you all logged. We have your wallets. We have what you're going to be airdropped. It's millions of Prosper tokens that are going to be airdropped between the stake pool and the roll rewards. But we can't drop millions and millions of tokens at the same time that we're doing a token sale and preparing to go into decentralized exchanges, because we would just flood too much supply into it. Actually, your cap is cool. Thank you. Will Zepper 3D asset be able to be used in other worlds? Want to hold a javelin in half? Not sure what you're saying, Curly, but it's a fun question. Any chance, Anthony says, any chance we can get our multipass visuals upgraded and beautified? No offense, but if they're 1/4 shiny as Zeppers, multipass. Yeah, multipass is just functional. It's not supposed to be art. That's funny. Yeah, I never thought of multipass as art. So multipass is multipass. It's function, not form. Has the last snapshot of stake pool done? Yes. The snapshot for the stake pool was done like a week ago. There's an announcement in the server about that. I think it's in the stake pool channel. But yes, we have a full, accurate snapshot of the stake pool. Shanky asked that. How to get the Zepper on Corns and Empire, those projects like F1 races, if they come closer to our speed? I don't know. I don't know. Crazy interesting. Can we get a ledger showing our airdrops and staking? Eventually, yes. It is not a priority. I'm just being honest with you. We're trying to get through this mint, and then we have to get through our token offering. I'm having a baby, and I'm moving. So I'm actually moving to set up. We're moving to set up the media side of Prosperia. Prosperia is going to be becoming a media company as well. So this YouTube channel is going to go crazy. Michael, like the tokenomics and the rollout of Prosper tokens. Thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Beekeep, when you want to drop these millions of tokens, my wallet is always open, I bet. Wants to blow a Javelin's doors off. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of Javelins and their entire project. I think that the poll is fun and it's funny. And it's funny that they're addressing it, because it's kind of like David and Goliath, right? They have like 40, 50,000 members or something. They're a huge project, millions of dollars. And the fact that they had to try and direct their members to the poll and we're still winning is kind of funny to me. It's fun. The whole thing is fun. What's the utility of the Zeppers? Racing. Of course. Aaron just got in. Welcome. Crypto interoperability. Will Prosperian assets be interoperable? No. There's no plans for that. Our world is very unique to us and very vast. And there is no, we are building towards an MMO that is based around an ecosystem, an economic and a political society, very custom to us. Now, if the question is, will Prosperians be able to introduce their own asset designs and things of that nature? Yes, down the road, I think we'd be very keen to see that happen, as well as businesses and things like that. I think that would be a lot of fun, and is a part of our. It's on the drawing board. But are you going to be able to walk from Prosperia to Pavia? No. Just very different things. Just join. You missed a few, but we are still early. Nigel, will there be additional supply of the multipass? No, Nigel. That there are 1,050 multipasses. Those multipasses are the whitelist in forever, and that is the maximum that there will ever be. 1,050. So if you see a multipass, I just bought a multipass today. I think I paid 120 for one, and I snapped that up instantly. I missed the whole thing. I remember when multipasses reached like 80 ADA after the multipass mint, and I was like, oh, that's too much. And then I saw everybody go do 20 times on their multipasses. So this time I'm like, no way am I missing this. I'm going straight degen, you guys. I got a sniper rifle loaded. I've got loaded magazines ready to replace the magazine in my sniper rifle. If you need a multipass 5 weeks from now, and a lot of people will, I will be there to help supply that this time. Let's see what else. Is there still benefit of staking with Prosper stake pool? Well, ADA rewards, first of all, but second of all, yeah, there's new rewards that are being announced once we get past this ICO and this and the Zepper mint. Yes, there will be additional, apart from just supporting decentralization and ADA rewards, which we are starting to mint blocks. There will be additional rewards for that. Will our Zeppers get 3D model tied to their NFT? Yes, you will get a 3D model if you hold your Zepper in the first week of June, I believe. Yellow Hill, are those cannons on the Zeppers? In other words, will the racings have No, we talked about that in the last video. You're not going to be able to shoot things. You're not going to be able to throw bananas in front of another Zepper. But there are in-game mechanics that you can ram into another Zepper or be rammed into and be damaged. Will there be a Prosperian asset NFT staking to get Prosper rewards? We can't do things we cannot give Prosper rewards. We can't give Prosper tokens out once the community does things to make them valuable. So you do the math in your own head. But if we give Prosper tokens away for free, once people are using them to do the things they use them to do, then how does that make them feel? If I go and buy Prosper tokens because I want to do X, Y, and Z, or I want to swap it for X, Y, and Z, but I see someone else giving them away for free, how's that going to make me feel? So we have to be strategic in how we treat the Prosper token from this point forward. Is your artist who made Zeppers on board for the rest of the upcoming projects? Great question, Anthony, and yes, he is. ESPY is definitely. He and I are going to be working together on the Starport the space station after the Zepper mint finishes, and he is now going to likely be our artist for our starships at the end of the year. We had another gentleman who I'm a huge fan of, but I love working with SB, and his art's amazing, and just he gets our vision. So we're kind of pivoting in that direction. So yeah, he's with us for long term, for sure. Let's see. Trying to catch up here. Crypto Chairman, good point on that, boss. I was shooting for like racing my Zepper against the cornucopia ships, but yeah, I do get the point of being unique. Yeah, I think, hey, if someone knows someone over there, we'll give them a Zepper that they can implement in a fun way into their game, and they can give us a Javelin to implement in our game. Maybe they'll make the Zepper the slowest racer in their game, and we'll make the Javelin the slowest racer in ours. I think that could be fun. Like, we could do something like that. Crazy, damn, no bananas. That's funny. Are we able to use Prosper to bribe other faction senators? Hey, that's real world mechanics right there. I can't tell you what other senators may or may not do. Nathan Coons would be creating insane inflation. Yeah, exactly. Will he do an interview? Crazy says. I don't know. Good news. Let's go SB. Yeah. Nathan just makes sense. Okay. So we're caught up. I think I answered everything. I may have missed some of the comments at the very beginning. I apologize for that. So let's give away. Where are my... Let me find the royalties wallet. What do we got here? We have Zepper 0532, which is an M1 with a boosted engine and an ADA decal. And we have Zepper 2361, which is an M2 Warhammer with a boosted engine. So let's start with the 0532, which is the M1. As always, you guys know I love trivia because I like to keep you on your toes, and I love to make sure that you're researching and you're paying attention to what's going on in the Prosperian world. So we are Prosperian Zeppers. Oh, Warhammer. Yeah, Warhammer. Is the chat going to be visible on the recording? Yes, the chat, you have to pull up the live chat when you're watching the recording, but yes, you can find the live chat on replays of YouTube lives. It's not the normal chat box, but it is there. So yeah. Okay, first question for the M1. I'll make it super simple, and I think I may have asked this question before. I'm going to try really hard and hope. Actually, Bjorn, are you still in the chat? Can you verify that you are in the chat? Yes, nod, wave. Yes, I am. Waiting. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Why is Bjorn awake anyway? Oh, it's still pretty early. And of course, now he steps out. He's probably feeding his baby. Unless the comments are super late on. Okay, he's here. All right, so the application that I use, Bjorn, is super delayed on the comments. So if you could tell me, screenshot or whatever, whoever's first and correct, that would be helpful. So my first question is, where did I put my... There we go. Okay, so pretty simple question. This is for the M1. And the question is, which faction was founded as a result of the Interstellar Wars? Chat on YouTube or Discord? Chat on YouTube. Still thought he froze. Yeah, chat on YouTube. You got to answer on YouTube. I'm not looking at Discord right now. Rebellion. Well, Nigel says Warhammer. That's the first one I see. And Warhammer is the correct answer. So hopefully that was the actual answer, because I don't know. The comments are so late I'm not actually using this YouTube to stream this. So let's see if Bjorn, he did take a screenshot. So was it? Bjorn, tell me if I'm right. I'm going to have to come up with a better way to do this. I think I was right on who won that. But I love that the answers are still coming through. So that'll be an M1. Congrats, Matcha says Nigel. Yeah, I think Nigel was correct. Hopefully I'm right on that. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, so that will be the M1. If you could message me, direct message me on YouTube, or not YouTube, direct message me on Discord. Also, another thing, you guys, I am drinking Black Rifle because I'm sniping multi-passes, but I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee right now. So I'm a little discombobulated, but yeah, DM me on Bjorn says, yes, it's Nigel. Okay. So I was right. DM me on Discord with your wallet address, Nigel, and I'll send you the M1. Next question, and I'm actually going to just wait for Bjorn to message me and tell me who wins, because the comments to this app that I'm using are so late that I don't want to say the wrong thing on YouTube. So confirm it was Nigel. Yeah. I love the confirm. That's funny. All right, question number 2 for the M2, which is the green Zepper that we're going to give away right now, is super simple. Super simple. Nigel sniped it. Are you ready? First answer, Bjorn will message me. I will not say a name because I may be wrong. What is the name of the Iron Hands red-headed synth that was the first synth created for Prosperian? The name of the Iron Hands factioned synth that was the first synth created for Prosperian. She's also pretty attractive, I must say. So I'm going to wait for Bjorn. See, I still don't even see any of the answers. That's how late it is. There's some answers. I think I know who won, but I'll wait for him to tell me. Well, there's a whole lot of answers. Yeah, the name is Ada. Ada is her name. She was the first full completed synth that I made. I made her from scratch. She was just a white, solid white, like human body mold. Gave her skin tones, she actually has a lot of skin tones that you guys haven't seen, but she has different skin tones for her traits. Different hair colors, different hairstyles, different eyes, all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, gave her first textures. The one that the Ada that you all see in most pictures that we've sneaked or leaked out there is kind of the original skin tone and the original textures that Ada was given. Let's see. Not hearing. He says you're not hearing. I think so who was it, Bjorn? I don't know who. He sends me a screenshot and says, but the first 4 were there before you asked. Even if it was there before I asked, it still counts. Can you guys still hear me? Crazy interesting. Yeah, that's who he shows as well. So that's who we're going to go with. That's who we're going to go with. So it was me. Bjorn is blind. Can't trust a feral Dutchman. That is funny. Yes, can hear you. Okay. So real quick, I'll take a couple more questions. If you could, while you're here, first of all, thank you all for joining on this live. And again, thank you all for coming in minting with a whitelist. Like I said, Elite was 100%. VIP is almost at 100%. Just a few more wallets left on VIP. So strong showing, you guys. Super strong showing. I know a lot of you are paper handing some Zeppers because you want to go give it a shot in the public, and I totally get that. In fact, I think there's will be roughly 70 MZs in the public mint. So 70 MZs, there'll be about, I want to say, close to 200 MXs and 4Xs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you could give the video a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. It does actually help us in the YouTube algorithms. And if you have any final questions, let me know down below. It'll get to me like 10 years from now. Professor Investor says the chat and live stream seem to be totally out of sync for me. They're way out of sync for me. Crazy interesting, love the channel. Glad to hear that. By the way, congratulations to those who got 1-to-1s. 1 out of 1s. That's awesome. Grim, yeah, I think it was a bit behind on that one. Might be because I had gone back a bit in the video. So check if you're still live. Bjorn. Bjorn says laptop was booting up to be able to actually chat and listen, but indeed crazy interesting one. Okay, good. Petty Mac, I got an MZ. Awesome. Congratulations. Those MZs are badass, man. That was my favorite one. And the funny thing is, I don't think it was, I think SB, when he was sending, he sent me a couple different variations of each class, each model. And I don't think he really liked that one as much as some of the other ones. Maybe he did if I remember right, but I was, as soon as I saw that one, he gave me like 4 different versions of the MZ and told me I had to pick one. And I was like, dude, like any of these 4 would be amazing. And finally I had to go with one texture and I went with that one. And I think he kind of thought it would be a different one, but man, the MZ to me is, I love that one, man. And I don't have one, which drives me crazy. Oh, my light just died. My battery just died. So that is a sign. We're going to go ahead and close this one out. But thank you guys again so much. Really appreciate it. A lot of work to do tomorrow and the next day. So we're going to go ahead and close this video out. You guys, please be sure to give it a like. Leave a comment in the completed video. We'll see you back in Discord. Congratulations to our winners and congratulations to all the 1 out of 1s. You guys are awesome as always. See you back in Prosperia. Talk to you soon.